The Chicago Bulls made their Summer League debut tonight against the Grizzlies. All eyes is on Caleb Wilson and Dalen Swain. How did they do? My goodness. Let's talk about it.
Get the lowdown on one of the most iconic basketball teams in the world. You're listening to Chicago Bulls Nation.
What is going on, Bulls Nation? So, as a Bulls fan, I've been waiting for this day, and I never thought that I would be excited for Summer League. I normally don't watch this. Well, I haven't paid attention to Summer League in quite some time now, mainly because we don't really have, a sexy enough name, a good enough prospect to just pay attention to these kind of things. I think the last time I watched this was back in the day when we have Denzel Valentine. Just even saying the name right now just feels odd. But today was a different day. I was excited for this. I want to see what Dalen Swain and Caleb Wilson, especially Caleb Wilson, was all about. Obviously, Caleb is a different kind of, story. But with Dalen Swain, it's more of a, all right, he picked him before the other guys. I relatively doesn't know much about Dalen Swain, but I do trust Bryson. And in his debut, didn't really shine, but that's okay. First game as a professional. This is Summer League. They're trying to experiment him, making him a point guard, so to speak. Again, very early. You don't want to react. Well, at least I don't want to react to Summer League, even though, this is especially being the first game. Even if the Summer League ends, in a few weeks, whatever the result is, doesn't mean it's going to translate well or against the league. So Dalen Swain could finish, with a poor performance here, but do good in the league. It doesn't mean, it's not a reflection on how is he going to be as a professional. But, he finished 3 out of 10. Obviously not a good shooting night for him. 7 points. The free throw is a bit weird when it comes to Summer League. 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers. Made him a point guard, like I said. I don't know if I'm ready to jump on that train as of yet, but perhaps they can kind of experiment, putting him off the ball, making him more of a wing. He's a big guy anyway, making him a cutter, a slasher. We'll see, but in this game, Jalen Sellers just wanted to dribble the ball a lot today, and he, I don't blame him. He's trying to get a spot in the roster, but not really thrilled on how he handled the ball today. But also another guy, Noah Essengay, 10 points, 2 out of 5. Didn't make anything from 3, 4 blocks, so pretty active there. He's a lot more, he seeks more contact than I thought he would. So that's some positives, but obviously, just eyeballing him, he needs to be a little bit more stronger. He needs to put more weight. The speed is there. The handle's still a bit clunky. The shooting mechanics is okay. Would love to see him take more threes, I suppose. He took decent threes, but his game should be more of an inside out, I would say. Hang out, shoot a few open threes here and there, knocking them down as well. But so far, it's alright. But the star of the night, without a shadow of a doubt, this young man right here. And I know I said this earlier. You don't want to overreact into Summer League games. And it's not an indicator. But coming in here, we sort of have an idea of how Caleb Wilson was going to play. That's why he is, the top 4 guys are looked upon as franchise game changer, right? Like they would change the outlook of your franchise. And if he had a bad game, I would say relax. I'm talking about Caleb Wilson. If he had a bad game, was you know what? This is the first game. He's still, he's young. Don't worry about it. But boy, he proved everyone right upon the expectations. This guy just showed you right off the bat that he is capable of being an anchor of a franchise. And I'm excited about that. His biggest weakness or biggest question mark coming into the league was his shooting. Woo, my goodness, 7 of 11 from three-point area. He drilled a lot towards the end of the game as well when it was on the line. I mean, the Bulls only, like if it was 3-point lead, we would have tied it. Am I expecting him to shoot like this all the time? Obviously not. But the fact that he's capable. And again, this is a big moment for him. This is one of those marquee games where him and Cameron are playing amongst each other. We all know, I'm not saying there's any animosity between the two, but it's gonna be hard not to compare the two, especially in the draft, draft status, the position they were drafted, 3 and 4 by both teams. So you can't avoid to compare them, and it's probably going to play throughout their careers. But Caleb, once again, breaking records. I think he has the record now for most points in a summer league debut, and he did it in different fashion, dominating the three where I didn't expect him to, turnaround shots, inside game, 5 rebounds, got 3 blocks. One of them is spectacular block, showing off his athleticism, which we already know he is a freak athlete. But the dog in him, the motor, it's all on full display tonight. The total package. And without a shadow of a doubt, the face of the Bulls, you gotta do everything you could to build around this kid. He is, without a doubt, the future here. Now, the type of what kind of player he is, we'll see in the regular season. But as far as this, he's inside out. He can play inside. He can play on the post, on the wing, on the hash. My goodness. He can spot up for 3. He can shoot off the dribble as well. Again, I'm not expecting him all of a sudden to be the stretch 4 that we have, but showing the fact that he could do it when needed and shooting at a high clip at a good rate as well is impressive. Very impressed, very excited for the future for this young man, Caleb Wilson. I am going to keep a close eye on this next schedule for the Bulls because I'm excited. I want to see Noah Essengay. I want to see Dalen Swain, Jalen Sellers, the guys that we signed, Donovan Atwell as well. I want to see those guys shine. But thank you for watching. Hopefully you are as excited as I am for the future of this Bulls team. I want to pump the brakes here. I just want to keep level-headed here, but I'm not gonna contain my excitement here for what I've seen tonight. But thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.